Your life on Dawnstar Station is routine. You wake to the gentle hum of life support. The air always smells the same, a clean metallic scent. It's the smell of recycled oxygen and faint ozone. You pull on your technician's jumpsuit. It is familiar and comfortable. The day ahead is predictable. You will run diagnostics on atmospheric regulators. You will calibrate the water reclaimers. You will drink overly bitter synth coffee. You walk through the main concourse. Its vast viewport shows the endless black. Distant stars glitter like scattered dust. It is a beautiful and unchanging view. People from a dozen worlds drift past you. They speak in 100 different languages. But the station itself speaks only one: peace. Dawnstar is neutral ground, a sanctuary in a galaxy often torn by war. You never expected that to change. Today felt just like yesterday. You had no idea it would be your last normal day. The alert is not a screaming siren. It is a soft, persistent chime. A code yellow. It means all personnel should be aware. It does not mean panic. You look up from your console in sublevel 3. The diagnostic you were running halts. On the main screen, a new display appears. Long-range sensor data. You are not a command officer, but you know what you are looking at. 2 massive fleets have just appeared. They did not arrive from hyperspace gates. They simply appeared. One fleet is jagged and brutal. The ships are asymmetrical chunks of dark metal. They bristle with weapon emplacements. They look like they were carved from asteroids by rage. These are the ships of the Cathar, the warrior empire. The other fleet is their opposite. The vessels are smooth and elegant. They glow with a soft, internal white light. Perfect geometric shapes, spheres, pyramids, and cubes. This is the Lumina Collective. They are beings of cold logic and immense power. They cast long shadows over your peaceful station. The 2 fleets face each other in sudden, tense silence. The peace shatters without warning. A lance of pure white energy erupts from a Lumina pyramid. It crosses the void in an instant. It strikes a Cathar battlecruiser. The cruiser does not explode. It simply dissolves into shimmering particles. The Cathar response is immediate and furious. A storm of plasma bolts and kinetic slugs flies back. The space outside Dawnstar becomes a canvas of silent, terrible fire. You watch in horror on the sublevel monitor. Your station is neutral ground. They would not dare fire upon it. You were wrong. A Cathar missile, trailing green fire, misses its target. It spins through the battle. It heads directly for the station's habitat ring. Directly for you. There is no time for an alarm. Just a deep, bone-shaking shudder. The lights flicker, then die. The sound of groaning metal is everywhere. Your quiet home has just become a casualty of war. Emergency lights flicker on. They cast long, dancing shadows. The air fills with the dust of shattered composites. You hear screams over the internal comms. Then you hear the harsh crack of weapon fire. It is close. Too close. A new sound joins the chaos. A guttural, barking language. The Cathar. The station has been breached. They are boarding. Your section is supposed to be sealed off. But a massive rent has been torn in the outer hull. Twisted metal frames a new, terrifying star field. You see one of them. A Cathar warrior leaps through the opening. It is huge, easily 8 feet tall, covered in thick, chitinous armor. It moves with a predator's speed. You are frozen for a second, trapped deep inside the unfolding nightmare. You duck back behind a bank of fried consoles just as it turns its 4 red eyes in your direction. You scramble away into the darkness. Your heart pounds against your ribs. The station's defense grid is silent. The small security team is either dead or overwhelmed. You reach a maintenance access panel. You key in your code. The door slides open into a cramped service corridor. For a moment, you are safe. You lean against the cold metal wall, breathing heavily. What can you do? You are a technician, not a soldier. Your job is fixing things, not fighting monsters. Then an idea sparks. An idea born from desperation. You think about the station's last major refit, years ago. They upgraded the cargo bay with new grav lifts. But the old systems were never fully removed. The old electromagnetic cargo launchers. They were deemed obsolete, too power-hungry. But they were left in place, bypassed and forgotten by everyone. Everyone but the technicians who had to work around them. You remember seeing the power conduits. They run on an independent emergency generator. A generator that is probably still active. You are not the only one left. Your desperate hope gives you strength. You move through the service tunnels. It is a hidden network you know better than anyone. You follow the path of the old conduits. After a few minutes, you hear a faint sound, a muffled sob. You move toward it cautiously. In a darkened supply closet, you find them. 3 other survivors. One is a man named Jorik, a station guard with graying hair and a grim face. His energy pistol is on the floor beside him. Another is a young woman, Ilara, a xenobotanist from the hydroponics dome. She is clutching a datapad to her chest. The last is a portly administrator named Fen. He is pale with fear, his uniform immaculate despite the chaos. They look at you with wide, terrified eyes. You are just another ghost in the dark. But you bring them a flicker of a plan. You tell them about the cargo launchers. Fen, the administrator, shakes his head. Those systems are offline, decommissioned. Jorik, the guard, just scowls. He says a cargo launcher is no weapon against a warship. But you explain. The power is still there. It just needs to be rerouted. The launchers fire solid slugs, metal containers meant for shipping. But if you could just get one shot, maybe you could make them notice you, make them think twice. It is a thin hope, but it is better than no hope at all. Jorik picks up his pistol. He checks the charge. 2 shots, he says, his voice gravelly. Let's not waste them. Ilara looks at her datapad. She says she can map the service tunnels, find the safest route to the cargo bay control room. Fen nervously adjusts his collar. He says he knows the override codes for the emergency power grid. Suddenly, you are not just a technician. You are the leader of a very small, very frightened crew. Your new crew turns maintenance tools into clever weapons. Jorik shows you how to overcharge a plasma welder. It can create a blinding flash, a good distraction. Ilara recalls the properties of certain industrial solvents, the ones used for cleaning engine parts. She mixes 2 of them in a canister. It creates a corrosive, sticky foam, a nasty surprise for an unarmored joint. Your job is to get a heavy rivet gun working. It is loud and clumsy, but at close range, it can punch through almost anything, even Cathar armor. You set a trap in a long, narrow corridor. Ilara places her chemical trap just around a corner. Jorik waits in an alcove, his pistol raised. You stand at the end of the hall with the rivet gun. Fen is your lookout, watching a portable scanner. He whispers, "They're coming. A patrol of 3. The plan is simple. You will make a noise, lure them in, and hit them with everything you have." You bang a wrench against a metal pipe. The sound echoes down the hallway. You hear their heavy footsteps, their guttural commands. The first blow for freedom is about to be struck. The first Cathar warrior rounds the corner. It triggers the trap. Corrosive foam sprays across its legs and chest. The warrior roars in pain and fury. It stumbles. Yorick leans out and fires. The pistol shot hits its shoulder joint, cracking the armor. Before the other two can react, you step out. You raise the heavy rivet gun. You fire. A heavy metal bolt slams into the lead warrior's chest. It collapses in a heap. The second warrior raises its weapon, but Yorick's last shot takes it in the throat. The third turns to run, and you and Yorick bring it down together. There is a moment of stunned silence. You just defeated a Cathar patrol. You look at your hands, then at the smoking rivet gun. The fear is still there. But now there is something else. A fierce, burning pride. You did it. Fen looks from the fallen warriors to you. His expression is one of awe. Ilara gives a shaky but triumphant smile. You have fought back. You have won. But your victory is short-lived. A new alert flashes on Fen's datapad. It is a station-wide broadcast from the Lumina. The message is cold, precise, devoid of emotion. It declares Dawnstar Station a compromised asset, an infected zone. The Cathar presence is a biological contaminant, one that must be purged to ensure galactic hygiene. The message ends with a simple, terrifying statement. Cleansing protocol will begin in 2 standard hours. They are going to destroy the station, not to defeat the Cathar, but simply to deny them the territory. A second colder threat now looms. The clock is ticking louder now. 2 hours, 120 minutes, before the Lumina wash you away like a stain. You now have 2 enemies. The Cathar warriors hunting you inside the station, and the logical, pitiless Lumina waiting outside. Panic begins to set in for your small group. Yorick curses, pacing back and forth. Fen seems to be shrinking into his uniform. Ilara stares blankly at the countdown timer on her datapad. You must outwit 2 terrible foes. Your mind races. You cannot fight both. You cannot reason with the Lumina. Their logic is absolute. But the Cathar, they are warriors. They seek battle. They seek glorious death. What is glorious about being vaporized from a distance? By an enemy who considers you a germ? You have another idea. It is crazier than the first one. It is borderline insane. But it might be your only chance. You have to talk to the Cathar. You propose an alliance with the enemy. Yorick thinks you have lost your mind. They will kill us on sight, he growls. Fen agrees, muttering about their savagery. But Ilara is listening. She sees the desperate logic in your plan. What do we offer them? She asks quietly. You look at the schematics on her datapad. The station is not just a habitat. It is a communications hub. It has a massive long-range transmission dish, an array designed to send messages between stars. You point to the dish. The station becomes the weapon. You explain your desperate, one-shot gambit. You can divert all the emergency power, not to the cargo launchers, but to the comms dish. You can overload its emitter, turn it into a focused electromagnetic pulse cannon, a giant EMP. It would not destroy the Lumina ships, but it could disable them, blind them, shut down their weapons. It is a long shot. The power surge might destroy the dish. It might destroy half the station. But it is a warrior's gamble, a chance to fight back. You must convince the Cathar to help you. They need to defend the control room while you work. You must reach their commander. Fen accesses the station's docking logs. The Cathar command shuttle docked in Landing Bay 7. Yorick knows a path through the ventilation shafts. A route that will take you right there. The plan is set. You will go alone. You are the technician. You are the one who understands the weapon. You have to be the one to sell the idea. Yorick gives you a small communicator. If you're not back in 30 minutes, he says. "We come after you." You nod, taking a deep breath. It is time to speak with the Warrior King. You crawl through dark, cramped ventilation shafts. The metallic tang of the air is thick here. You can hear the sounds of battle below. Sporadic weapons fire and Cathar war cries. Finally, you reach a grate directly above Landing Bay 7. The bay is a makeshift command post. Cathar warriors stand guard. In the center, standing over a tactical map, is their leader. He is immense, larger than the others. His armor is scarred and decorated with trophies. This must be the commander, Grakthor. You take a deep breath and kick out the grate. You drop to the deck below, landing hard. You raise your hands slowly. Every weapon in the bay swings toward you. The warriors snarl, their red eyes burning with hate. You stand your ground. You face the commander alone. Grakthor turns, his expression a mixture of surprise and contempt. He barks a command in his harsh language. One of his warriors steps forward, a translator device in its hand. "State your purpose, small one." The translation comes, a metallic voice. "Before we end you." You speak clearly. You do not beg. You do not plead. You offer a choice. Your enemy, the Lumina, prepares to destroy this station, you say. They will not fight you. They will erase you from a distance. There is no honor in that death. Grakthor listens, his massive head tilted. "I offer you a better death," you continue. "A chance to strike back, a battle worthy of the Cathar." You explain your plan. The comms dish, the EMP weapon. You will build it. All they must do is defend you. Defend the station that is now your shared battlefield. Grakthor considers your words. The silence in the bay is heavy. His warriors shift, eager for the order to kill you. Then, the commander lets out a deep, rumbling sound. It is a laugh. The small one has a warrior's heart. The translator crackles. He looks at the tactical display showing the Lumina fleet. Then he looks back at you. "We will have our glorious battle," Grakthor declares. "This station will be our weapon, and your life will be forfeit if you fail." An unlikely brotherhood of arms is born in that moment. Forged from mutual desperation, you lead Grakthor and his elite guard back through the service tunnels. It is a strange procession. You, the human technician, followed by a dozen giant alien warriors. Your friends are waiting, tense and ready for a fight. Jorik raises his rivet gun when he sees the Cathar, but you hold up a hand. "They are with us," you say. Jorik lowers the weapon, his eyes wide with disbelief. The alliance is real. Your ingenuity now guides their fury. You direct the Cathar to defensive positions. They set up barricades around the communications control center. Their strength and ferocity are terrifying to behold. But now, it is on your side. Inside the control room, you and your small crew work frantically. Fen is at a terminal, rerouting power. He mutters about safety protocols and blown circuits. Elara is modifying the dish's emitter array. She uses her knowledge of energy frequencies to focus the beam. Jorik stands guard at the door, a grim shadow next to a towering Cathar warrior. They do not speak. They just share a silent understanding. The enemy is outside. Suddenly, the station shakes again. Fen yells, "They've started boarding! Lumina drones!" On a monitor, you see them. Sleek, silver machines teleporting into the corridors. They glide silently, firing beams of cutting light. The Cathar meet them with savage roars. The battle for the control room begins. The sounds of the fight are deafening. Your focus must be absolute. You connect the final power conduit. Sparks fly. "It's ready," You shout over the noise. It will be a single, massive pulse. We have one shot to save everyone. The door to the control room buckles inward. A Lumina drone glides in, its optical sensor glowing red. Grakthor himself is there in an instant. He brings his war axe down, cleaving the machine in two. He turns to you. The sky fire of the Pale Ones is at full power. His translator states, "Now, little warrior, unleash your storm." You look at the main console. A single large activation button glows. The fate of thousands hangs on this single moment. You slam your hand down on the button. The lights in the room dim to almost nothing. A deep, resonant hum vibrates through the entire station. It is the sound of unimaginable power being drawn to a single point. On the exterior camera, you see the massive communications dish begin to glow. A faint blue corona builds around its edge. The station groans like a dying beast. Then, a wave of pure, invisible energy erupts from the dish. It is silent. It is invisible. But it washes over the Lumina fleet like a tidal wave. For a heartbeat, nothing happens. Then, the lead Lumina ship, the one with the cleansing weapon, goes dark. Its glowing white lights extinguish. Its weapon port goes cold. One by one, the other Lumina ships flicker and die. Their perfect formations drift aimlessly. Your EMP blast worked. You have blinded them. You have deafened them. You have broken them. The Cathar warriors let out a unified, triumphant roar that shakes the very walls. The battle ends with the rising sun. The local star of the Dawnstar system crests the curve of a nearby planet. Its light floods the viewport. The disabled Lumina fleet, seeing its advantage lost, begins a slow, silent retreat. The Cathar, their honor satisfied, recall their warriors. Grakthor pauses at the entrance to the control room. He looks at you. He gives a slow, deliberate nod, a sign of respect from a warrior king to a technician. Then he and his warriors are gone. Silence descends upon the battered station. It is a silence filled with relief and exhaustion. Yorick slumps against a wall, his rivet gun clattering to the floor. Elara is crying softly, tears of joy and stress. Fen is actually smiling, a wide, goofy grin. And you? You look at your hands. They are covered in grease and soot. You are just a maintenance tech, or you were. You look out the viewport at the dawn. Dawnstar Station still stands. Its people are alive. You are no longer just a technician. You are Dawnstar's unlikely new hero.